Good morning and welcome back to Sunrise. Good morning to all our YouTubers. Good morning to everybody watching on Facebook. And of course to all of you watching in TV land, a resplendent Monday morning to you. Now today's edition of Law and Order, we begin a special focus on alternative justice with the Ministry of Justice. Here's the situation as presented. Now, after 5 years of working at a job they genuinely enjoy, an employee has found themselves in an escalating conflict with the new supervisor. Despite efforts to avoid tension, the situation came to a head during a heated discussion where the supervisor physically grabbed the employee, tore their clothes, and smashed their iPhone 16. Now, while colleagues are urging the employee to press charges, their main concern is simply recovering the cost of their phone and moving on from the incident peacefully. They are left unsure of what steps to take next. Acting Director of the Restorative Justice Branch, Sharon Betancourt, is here with us to help us navigate this scenario, which I'm sure many of us have either heard of or some of us, unfortunately, may have experienced. Good morning, Sharon. Welcome to Sunrise. How are you doing?
I am doing very well. Thank you for asking.
All right, so let's just take this scenario apart bit by bit. First of all, let's start off with what is restorative justice?
So restorative justice is when all persons with a stake in a matter, they come together to resolve it. So it brings together the victim, the offender, the community, and perhaps their supporters, the victim supporters, the offender supporters. They come together and a facilitator guides the process for them to reach to an agreement. But it takes it a little step further, not only to come to an agreement, but they also take measures to restore the relationship. So it's not just an agreement, it's also about the relationship as well.
How successful is restorative justice over the years in terms of resolving conflict? And really and truly, you know, are the relationships really restored?
So yes, it's important to ask that. So we have an 80% success rate in terms of the number of conferences that we've had, and they have come to an agreement. We also track them for 3 months to ensure that they're compliant with the agreement as well as the relationship is still going on.
Okay, so in terms of getting to that level of discussion and dialogue, in terms of both parties, would lawyers normally get involved here, or is it just person to person?
No, so restorative justice has many different avenues for referral. And in the case of the supervisor and the employee, this is at the pre-charge level. So a community person self can walk in and refer the supervisor, the employee, any person, even the police can make referrals at the pre-charge level. And that's where this case is. So they can come in, make the referral. We will make contact with all parties, and we will have what is called a pre-meeting and engage all persons, advise them what is restorative justice, what is expected, what to look forward to, and then we come to the day when we have the conference with all parties and the facilitator guides that process. And
all the issues are ventilated.
Right.
How does one contact the restorative justice branch, and is there a fee?
Oh, absolutely free. This service by the Ministry of Justice is free. And we have an office in every single parish. So you can walk into any one of our justice centers, island-wide, make contact, provide the information. We'll take it from there. You can also visit our website, moj.gov.jm, and look for the nearest center to you. You can also reach us on 888-JUSTICE, as well as we're on social media, MOJ Official, at MOJ Official JM.
I'm happy that you mentioned that, because my next question was going to be, is it available across the length and breadth of Jamaica? Because many times, you know, you hear these fancy things and these niceties. It just seems like it's just in Kingston or the major cities, towns and cities. And then people who are maybe in rural areas who are facing these same issues, they don't have anywhere to go to ventilate their issues and their problems.
So right. So we're across the length and breadth of Jamaica. At every single parish you may be able to find us.
Talk to me, because, you know, in the court system, you know, there's often talk of backlog. How soon can persons call the Ministry of Justice for the Restorative Justice Branch and actually get their matter heard?
So if you call us today, we will begin to make contact and begin, because it's a process.
Yes.
So you may not have the conference today, but if you call us today, we will begin making the contact, because there are other persons involved, the offender and the support personnel and the facilitator. And so we will make contact, and then when all parties are available, then we will come together and have that conference. But within 24 hours, we will be able to make contact with you.
Oh, wow. Nice. So they just call and say what? For example, Sharon, like, I'm the person in this, I'm the aggrieved party in that scenario, and message and no star, you know, say, me no really want to go to jail, but more about my phone and more about my thing. What do I call and say? I say, hi, good afternoon, my name is so-and-so, and what do I do from there?
So you can speak just like that, your heart, speaking your heart as to what happens, and then we will guide you through the process. So who are the persons involved, and exactly what is it that you would expect out of this process? And you say, well, you know, I just want back my phone. I don't need anything else. All right, so that is what your intention is. That is what your expectation is. Then we will make contact with the other persons in the matter. This matter was brought to our attention, and we would like it was referred to restorative justice. This is what restorative justice is, because we have to keep telling persons what it is about, and because it's a voluntary process. Would you like to participate in this process? Otherwise, you know, the person would escalate the issue to reporting the matter, and then the natural court system will take its course. So we would explain all of that, and the person will say, but this sounds like a good idea, I would like to participate. And then we will bring you together, and then we will ventilate, because sometimes it's just persons just want to be heard.
True.
Because when you're angry, you're not listening, and the frustration when someone is not being heard. So we will ensure that all the matters are ventilated, because it could be a long-standing issue.
Yes.
So we will get to the root of the problem, ventilate it, resolve it. Sometimes it's just an apology.
Yeah.
Sometimes
somebody just wants to say, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
And that alone, when you see them
it
melt,
takes the sting out of it.
It takes the sting out of it, and they melt. So sometimes it's that, sometimes it's an apology plus, sometimes all kinds of issues.
Finally, Sharon Betancourt, talk to me. Give us some tips on how to resolve workplace conflicts.
So in workplace conflict, I would recommend, first of all, you can refer the matter to restorative justice. We will come in. We can do sensitization sessions, so persons are aware of what are some of the skills involved. But I would recommend have persons in a circle, not one over a desk looking on and as the leader. Have persons in a circle. Have them give each person an opportunity to speak. Do not allow one person to take command of the conversation and they're the only persons being heard, but allow each person to ventilate and state what their concerns are. Nothing that is said is foolish. Nothing that is said is ridiculous. Listen to each person, allow them to speak, and then you will be able to get to the roots of a problem.
All right, very well articulated. Thank you so very much. Our guest this morning, Sharon Betancourt, Acting Director at MOJ's Restorative Justice Branch, right here on CVM Sunrise, focusing on some restorative justice. And it's available for everyone, so please do take it up if you need to. TK is up next with the morning news. Please do stay with us.